things that are actually demonic from an ex-witch. I see a lot of scaremongering going on in Christianity about so many things being demonic that in my opinion really are not. So as always, from my perspective, my opinion and my life, I'm going to tell you exactly what led me into witchcraft and what you need to stay away from. And believe me, some of these things you'd have no idea about. Absolutely anything that tries to tell your future. Anything. Even if something as stupid as those little 8 balls. Me personally, I started really understanding my gift of future by using tools like playing cards and things like that. If you come across something that tries to tell you what your future is, that is not of God. And actually it's on a mission to deter you from God's plan. Alcohol, the biggest one, without a doubt, alcohol. There is a demon named alcohol. This demon talks about the absence of the soul, removing the soul from the body, and then allowing a demon to inhabit the body. Every single time in my past that I had a drink, I would be spiritually attacked to the next level. And even my friends as well, you know, if you have a hangover, it's more than just a hangover, isn't it? You literally want to exit the... Alcohol is without a doubt one of the most demonic things on the planet. Could also argue that's why a lot of it is called spirit. Wine I feel slightly different about, obviously, is mentioned in the Bible quite a lot. Anything that leads you to intoxication or that you are not in control of your own body, demonic. This goes for a lot of medications as well. I'm not going to speak too deeply on that because, you know, free speech and all. Anything that makes you feel like you are not in control of your own body, demonic doorway. Forms of thought control, and you'll be surprised at this. Absolutely anything or anyone that tries to prevent you from thinking, asking questions, delving into things. People in charge at the moment, if you catch my drift. The process of cognitive thinking was God-given for a reason. Absolutely anything that tries to stop you thinking or having your own mindset is completely and utterly demonic. That's where cults come from, because everybody has to have the same belief system. You'll notice this is why I go absolutely ham on specific Christians that don't let people ask questions about anything demonic. This one's going to ruffle some feathers, but the generalised school system. I don't need to go into too much detail there, do I? I'm just going to say one word: indoctrination. And also it is a system that completely eradicates actual God gifts and instead breaks and moulds children to become part of a society that we know is functioning from the demonic. Absolutely any film whatsoever that talks about exorcism. When you watch a film that involves any form of demonic inhabitation or exorcism, you are watching that in real time. All you have to do really is look at the history of what happened to the cast of The Exorcist. These sort of movies are not just movies, they are literally playing out the demonic in front of your face. And it absolutely can invoke things into your home, which is why a lot of things happen after watching these sort of films. For me, there is a huge difference between a horror fantasy and actual real life exorcism. Gossip, without a doubt, gossip is one of the most demonic things on the planet. And it is all kick-started from a demon, and it grows and becomes gang stalking. Get yourself away from any kind of position of gossip. Particular music festivals can be harvesting of energy. Travis Scott's one was a perfect example. Any kind of themes of dark, low red light, you already know. Low vibrational tones, demonic tones. Any kind of music that uses repetition, because this is what witchcraft is, it's repetition. I know a lot of people say this song's demonic. No, you need to pay attention to where something repeats. The same word, the same ideology, the same behaviour, and you need to look for the repetition. Obviously, tarot cards, witchcraft, spells, Ouija boards, massive ones. All of these things give a direct gateway to demons. Arguing and fighting, huge gateway. So when I say to you that something isn't demonic, I'm not saying that it's good. Pay attention to how something makes you feel. That is the core under everything. How does it make you feel? If it feels like a no, it's a no. Anyway.
Everything that she said, it makes a lot of sense. You know, yes, there's some things that Christians say is demonic that is not demonic. Yeah. Then there's a lot of things that Christians say that is demonic, they are all demonic. You know, it just simply, sometimes you gotta use your wisdom that God gave you so that you can figure some things out. You know, like she said, ask questions. A lot of that's the problem that we have in Christianity. People don't ask questions, and when you ask them questions, they feel so offended. I want to know more. I'm asking, okay, this money that you're asking us to give, like, what is, like a lot of things, you know, see if somebody has trapped your mind, see if somebody have caged you, see all this, because if you're not asking all these questions, you will never know when you have been possessed. So in that area, we felt so much in that area. So a lot of things in this world is so dangerous. You know, like what she even said, alcohol makes you, when you when the alcohol lead you into getting drunk. That's why the Bible condemned being drunk. Don't allow that, because you're giving the leeway for the enemy to come in.
Drugs all day. Yeah.
Drugs all day. So you're giving the leeway. You're calling the enemy, come in. I'm empty. It's very dangerous. So people just need to be very careful. Witchcraft is real.
It really is. Another thing I love is she talked about arguing and fighting.
Yeah.
We hardly talk about that. I don't know why. Like the way she put it is, it's witchcraft.
Yeah.
Man, people don't even realize how many demons, how many times a witch provoked a demon to come into a marriage for them to argue and fight.
Yeah.
Arguing and fighting, even friendships, ministries, anything. Me and my husband have seen it. Like this demon is just there, just allowing people to fight. And then a person with discernment knows, hey, this is not us. We arguing and fighting over something that's so stupid.
Yeah.
How did it get to this? God, Satan, what he's doing is, when you arguing and fighting so much, it brings so much distraction. God is telling you to go this way. Arguing and fighting come in. Now you distracted on the whole argument. It can last for weeks, months, years. Yeah. It's unnecessary.
Yeah. Yeah. People just have to pay attention, and she mentioned gossip. Because even in the list of things that the Word of God don't like, gossip is there too. A lot of times people don't know that, but it's real. When you devote yourself, you just giving that enemy way to come in. And before you know it, you see yourself doing this all often like it's nothing, not knowing that you have been possessed.
I was listening to Kat Kerr one day. I don't even know what she's up to lately, but I was listening to her some years ago, and she said that when people are gossiping, she said in the spiritual realm, you can just see all the gook and nasty throw up that is coming out of people's mouth, and it's just like it covers all over the room. She said it's so disgusting looking. I was like, wow. Even she talked about the scary movies. Even this young lady was talking about scary movies. There's certain movies you don't need to be watching.
I don't know why people watch scary movies. It just don't make
Exorcism
sense.
too, all of that. I don't touch stuff like that. They got a movie coming out now. Remember the Lord said not to watch a movie that the spirit of death is gonna come up on people. But yeah, they got one movie coming out. I was like, man, it straight up says it. It's the title of I can't remember what the title was, but it straight up says, if you watch this movie, this is gonna happen to you. It's like nowadays the enemy is just straightforward, y'all. The end times are here, y'all, because Satan don't have to really trick people no more. He can come straight forward, and people are accepting it.
Welcoming it.
They are accepting it. Now people are really getting interviews every day saying that they're a witch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, before we were born, if you come out and say you're a witch, you getting tortured. You're getting, they throwing fire all over you. Now we're living in 2025. They're getting interviewed on camera and they're saying it like, hey, this is what I do. I throw spells on people. I put love spell in my husband's food, like in front of the husband on the interview.
It's crazy.
Crazy, y'all.
It's crazy.
Well, thank you so much for watching.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.